Hey everyone, it's Megan from My Playground Media, and tonight here we're at Sunset Park Rooftop for Cristoph's opening night at the Teksupport Summer Series, and we have his good friend and also label mate, Michael Anthony, who is a New York City-based DJ, and he's more melodic and house. So tell everybody about yourself.
Yeah, so Michael Anthony, nice to meet you finally.
Yes.
But no,
Nice
I've
to meet you officially.
been DJing and been working on music for a really long time, probably since I was like 16, 17 years old. And I've always kind of wanted to just grow as far as like what I'm able to put out there and the types of gigs that I'm able to play to support from the DJs that like I admire, right? So like when I first started out, I was just making what I enjoy making, right? And it would just be interesting to see what types of DJs would support and where it would kind of get me. But as I started to kind of find the lane that I liked to really produce and what I felt like resonated on the dance floor, I identified myself more with a lot of the DJs in the scene that I admired and felt like would maybe support that type of music, and that kind of led me to guys like Chris and others that, you know, have either signed me or given me advice. And I'm at the point now where I feel like I have a good catalog of unreleased music that I'm really excited to get out there. Like you mentioned, the mix, like I put a ton of unreleased music in there.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's a great place to kind of showcase that. But I feel like I'm finally at the point where like I have a lot to give as far as the product goes, as far as unreleased tracks go. And even in my sets, I feel like I'm really comfortable kind of like holding my own.
Yeah.
And, you know, playing as long as I need to play, or opening up properly for someone like Chris or Dosem or whoever the case is, Dirty South recently.
Yeah.
Even the Consequence Society label party that we did in Miami, it's like setting the tone. That's something I'm very comfortable with too. So
That's awesome.
That's kind of where I'm at now, and I'm kind of excited to see where this is all going to take me.
Is there a specific like workflow you like to follow before?
Production-wise?
Yeah.
I think it's really just like if I feel like I'm out there searching for a track or I'm looking for something that I would put in my set and it doesn't exist, I make it, right? If there's a vocal that I like a lot and I can't find the remix of it, or I don't think the original would fit well in my set, but I really do resonate with the vocal, like I'll make the edit. So production-wise, it's more so just I feel like if there's a need for something, I slot it in. But as far as writing goes, like I'm always writing, I'm always putting on, you know, writing new ideas. Like Chris and I are sending each other tracks like, oh, this would be cool to sample. I'm very fortunate that I'm surrounded by a lot of people that enjoy music.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, my WhatsApp is like 30 tracks a day. Like, this is sick. This is a good track. You know, maybe I'll put it in my set. Maybe I'll try and make an edit. So I'm lucky that I'm surrounded by a lot of people that enjoy what I enjoy, and that's always giving me inspiration too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of inspiration, what artists are you listening to right now that are inspiring your work?
Anyone across like the house and techno spectrum, I would say, like we talked about Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Danny's always been an inspiration. I went to a lot of his parties and have seen some of those really long sets, and he'll go from house to disco to techno to like really progressive types of sounds. And I admire guys like that, like what Chris is going to do tonight. Like, you play a long extended set, you can really take people on a journey. Mm-hmm. So yeah, guys like Danny Teneglia, like Chris, like Dosem, Eric obviously is an inspiration as well. But I'd also say like even some of like the EDM names, like the Swedes, like you know, Dirty South at the time. A lot of those size records, people when I was younger, I was listening to them too.
That's what opened the doors. For all
especially over here in America, right?
Exactly.
Like there was that EDM boom, and I feel like a lot of that.
That really like opened.
Big vocals, big melodies. So that's always been inspirational too.
And then. So how do you prepare for your sets, especially when you open up for somebody like a big name like Nora or Cristoph?
Yeah, I think opening is all just like we talk about it, like, you know, among ourselves, like the DJs that I know and, you know, people like Chris. It's like it's all about just getting people to gravitate towards the dance floor. So in the beginning, you're playing to no one, right? You're just playing to the walls, and people will come in, they'll trickle in, and maybe they go to the bar first. That's usually what happens. It's just, can we get them off the bar, get them onto the dance floor, make them feel comfortable, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of my production is very groove-based.
Yeah.
Because I want to just pull people in. It's not like this huge, I'm gonna hit you over the head and tire you out and you're gonna be exhausted. It's really just like grooving and getting you in a comfort zone where like you're ready to kind of like participate, come closer to the DJ booth and just like be and exist with everybody else.
Yeah.
So as far as opening goes, that's always where my mind is. It's like, let's really start this really at a low base level and build it up and get it to a place where it's very comfortable, and then just hand it off and let somebody else come in and play all the big tracks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So being a part of the Consequences Society label, how has your DJ career improved since you first got signed?
I think what Chris has been able to do with the label, even just from the fan base immediately, like as soon as it popped up, right, there's a ton of people who were willing to support right away. So even just like drawing new people in and having people, DM you on Instagram, like, hey, like I love that track. It's like you really do form connections really quickly, which is cool. But I do think it opens the doors to things like collaborations, like other artists hitting me up saying like, hey, I saw your release on Cause. Maybe you would like this. Like, could we work on something together? Obviously, the label showcase, like we just did one in Chicago. So
yeah,
the possibilities are endless. Like, it really is like creating a community, and that's kind of what the whole industry and the whole scene is about. It's always been about community. So
it's always about
the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, they even build a community to support their own. And did you ever get starstruck by a DJ?
I mean, we were with Eric one time, like in a trailer at Arc, and I was like, I can't be like more than. Like, I have to be 10 feet away from this guy at all times. I was just, I was honestly scared. Like, there were other people that were like, oh, I got to talk to him. I got to get a picture. I was like, I kind of want nothing to do with him because I'm going to faint. I was like, so like, I'm just going to like sit in the corner and run away if I I was like, I'll let Chris talk to him. I was like, I'm good. But I would say like Eric, just because he's like this, he's like bigger than life. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. Like, he walked into the trailer. I'm just like, I want nothing to do with that. I was like, I'll see myself out. I was like, I shouldn't be in this trailer right now. Yeah, I was like, this is not where I want to be right now.
We're not worthy. Yeah. We'll say that. Basically. It's like a legend, or a local legend will come.
It's weird.
It's like for Harry Romero, and I didn't even know he's lives in Rockville Center. I'm from there.
Yeah.
And he just walked. I'm like, we're not worthy. Why are you talking to us?
I will say mostly everybody in the industry that I've come across, I've been very, like they say, don't meet your heroes. Like, I've been very fortunate that I've met a lot of amazing people that you start talking to them and you're like, yeah, you're a regular person too. And it's just mind blowing that they're on this level and they will talk to you like just a regular human being. And it's really cool to see that. Oh, no. Yeah, exactly. And then, so you have your own mix series called Melodic Awareness Radio. What led you to launch your own radio series? Like, going back to the production stuff, I'm always making new ideas, whether it's edits or originals that I'm gonna put out eventually. And like, that's just a cool way that I could just give back to the people that enjoy listening to my music and showcase a lot of what I've been working on without, the red tape of releases or working with the labels for the releases. Or it's just like, if I feel like something's cool, I'll put it in next month's episode. Yeah. People will send me tracks, I can support other people. So I just think it's a really cool medium to just connect with the people in the industry. That's awesome. You say you have a lot of music unreleased. Are you gonna how are you gonna do it through an EPs or a whole album? I mean, there's definitely, I probably have like about 35 to 40 tracks right now, and there's definitely groups of 3 or 4 that they were made around the same time and like could fit for an EP. I feel like if I ever did an album, I would intentionally sit down and like create some type of a holistic body of work that was the album. But yeah, probably just a mix of like singles, a few EPs here and there. But I also just like holding on to stuff and just like hoarding it too, and just only having that for my set. So it'll all get out eventually at some point. Nice. And then you were part of the Subculture 2 compilation album. Yeah. What was the experience like being a part of that whole compilation series? I mean, I was on 1, 2, and 1 was one like Chris kind of invited me, so that was like, this is really cool. Like, this is someone I admire asking me to put like something that I made on the label, which was great. 2, I think we were just talking, and he's like, yeah, 2 is going to be coming out. And I was like, I'm going to make something tonight, and I'll send it to you. And I did the track in like 12 hours. I was like, put this on. I was like, is this cool for 2? He's like, yeah, it's great. Oh my God. But just being invited to participate in the VAs is great, because I also like looking and seeing who else is on it, what other types of sounds, and I think Chris has done a really great job of finding a lot of different genres and a lot of different styles and putting them into one body of work where it just like works and makes sense. So it's been really cool to be a part of that. That's awesome. Does it give you like more like inspiration and more confidence? Yeah, because like it'll come out, or like Chris will send me the final masters of all the tracks, and I'm like, damn, like this is a really cool track, like from somebody else, and I'm like, I want to make something like similar to this, or maybe borrow an idea, or again, like there's a few people that I've reached out to, and I'm like, hey, I love that track. Like Dumuth K had that Gravity track on the first one, and I'm like, we got to work on something together, and speak to him a lot now, and he's a good friend. So it's just cool. Like I said, it opens doors, it creates a community. It's like that. It is what it is, right? It's the
Yeah,
subculture.
it is.
There's the label, and then there's this subculture of like these emerging artists that Chris is trying to highlight and really kind of bring to the forefront. And I'm fortunate to be on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And then what's on the horizon for Michael Anthony?
We have
Any
a really big collab that's going to be coming out soon. So really excited about that. We're working on some different types of shows as well. But just, I would just say like overall consistency, like I'm always producing, I'm always trying to make sure that I have a consistent release schedule lined up. I want to, a lot of people ask me like, when are you gonna play in New York next? And I always try to make it a point to not play a lot in New York because I live here. I think there's like an important distinction between being like someone who, I credit the people that are DJing every single week and have residencies and all that, but like I want to basically use my time here very sparingly and pick and choose when I'm in New York. But a lot of things have been opening up, like the Chicago show. There's been a few offers that have come in for different cities, like we played Miami before. So
Yeah.
I just think overall consistency, like
Yeah.
consistent production, releases, and gigs, that's all kind of on the horizon.
Nice, nice. All right, now we're gonna do either or for you now. So it's either or, you just pick one.
Yeah.
EDX or Nora En Pure.
I'll go with EDX.
Okay. Dosem or Dirty South.
That's like, yeah, it's messed up. Because we were just with Dragon, and I'm friends with Dosem. I don't know.
I always do. I'll always throw like a really.
I gotta say Dosem, because Dosem just I put out an EP on his label, and I love his
Okay.
label. So we'll see if Dragon answers the email that I sent him around the demo. So but I'll say for now Dosem. Yeah.
Open air or nightclub.
I like nightclub. I just like sweaty dark room. Yeah.
Nice. Melodic or progressive.
Progressive.
Nice. All night long or back to back.
I've never played all night long,
Okay.
like technically as a headliner. So I'll say back to back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Football or football.
Football, Juventus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for FIFA. We're like 20 minutes from MetLife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the World Cup is going to be a mess here, but yeah, football.
Day event or weekend festival.
Day events, I've been definitely. I have a 20-month-old son, so I got to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I would say day
Bless
event.
you.
Yeah, day events are cool nowadays.
Bless you.
Yeah.
And then final thoughts. What?
I'm really excited for this year.
Advice.
I would just say like there's a lot that we've been working on behind the scenes. There's a lot of production that there's a lot of tracks that I've been working on and working hard to put them out. So I would say there's a lot of people that are trying to make it. Like we talked about that, right?
Yeah.
How hard it is to break through. So
Yeah.
if you like someone's music, you like them as a person, maybe you like their brand, like support them, right? Like it costs literally nothing to share someone's post on your story. That does matter from the algorithm perspective. So if you want to see others succeed and there's someone that you like and you think that they're bringing something cool to the industry, like support them. There's 100 different ways to do it. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And it doesn't have to be like I'm pumping money into this. It's just like shoot them a message, share their post, maybe
Exactly.
like send their track to a friend. So support.
Exactly.
It just breeds like a good vibe in the industry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Support your DJs.
Yeah.
Every-
Support local talent.
And local talent.
Yeah.
Awesome.